the in the Facebook group.
Yeah, shall I go to Facebook?
Yes, can you check if we are actually on Janelle already? I just want to make sure because I'm also streaming.
I don't have Facebook up, but I can try.
I am in the Facebook group. Yes, we are.
Yeah, shall I go to Facebook?
Okay, I just hear the echo. Alrighty, guys. So, hi everybody. Hello, dear Janelle family. Janelle, better than Chanel. All right. I actually already had almost an hour talk with our tribe leaders here, Nina, Diana, and Vera. Let me first share with you how we got onto this this live right now, and so you guys can know what this is going to be about. I have some really important announcement that I wanted to make concerning about the direction of the community, as well as some updates. And since this actually affect our work together, if you are thinking about, either joining me in the next visibility challenge or future workshops, that this is a really important announcement. And I was sabotaging myself. I don't know how many of you can relate to this. And if the leaders here, if you can relate to this, it's that there are things that you needed to do, especially when the things are really important, that sometimes we sabotage ourselves, because the big things are actually the big things that are going to lead you to the next level or to the next direction, right? But then these are the things that are most scary. So I had a mini burnout, not like a major blown out burnout, but mini burnout means, like, I don't know if you guys ever had experience when you work so long, meaning 16 hours a day for a month, that your body reach a level where you wake up one day and it just put on a strike and say, I'm done. I don't want to do shit. I don't want to do another life. I don't want to see another human being. I don't freaking care about all these people. I just want sleep. I want to go for pizza. I want to go for fried chicken and ice cream. I did eat a lot of chips. Yes, I did. And then and those times is the time where your body is telling you to break. And during my break time, I also have to rethink about the direction, rethink about the way that I spend my time, because that's not the way that I want to model success. I don't want it to model the I don't know what, that Elon Musk or some, like the Gary V kind of way is like hustle, and then no break, no life. That's also not a way that I want to model. I am not happy with the way that I work. I know it's important that we work hard. If you want to be successful, you don't just sit around and do nothing. But working 16 hours a day is not a long-term plan for me. It's not how I want to model success for my community. I have my community members actually being my moms. I have all of a sudden like 10 moms and dad like watching over me. In the group chat, it's like, Lucy, you got to watch yourself. Lucy, sleep. I'm like, okay, I got it. If your community is already saying this to you already, it is not glorious to overwork. Therefore, during this time, I really have the chance to sit down and then go into my prayer closet, because I find that there are things that maybe are out of alignment that I need to adjust. So the announcement that I'm making today comes out of that prayer session. And the reason why I'm having my little leaders group here is because I actually send out this message. And for those of you who are watching in the community, you didn't see this private chat, but I would love to first start with this as how I ask my community for support and ask for help. Because maybe some of you just hashtag yes if you are also a leader yourself. I know Kasha is a leader. I know Elizabeth is a leader, Robin, all of us, I think in this group, we're all leaders. We have our tribe to lead. And yet leaders, we're also human beings. we also have our weakness, our insecurity, our vulnerability. And especially when we are rising as leaders, this is the time that we feel the most vulnerable, as everybody is now seeing like, wow, Lucy is amazing. No, Lucy is human too. Therefore, you are human too. And I know it's important for me to be human, not to be perfect. Therefore, when I'm sabotaging myself, the best that I can do is to ask my group of leaders for help, because these are all leaders here. So I asked for help with these leaders, and I already have so many people, like the chat is already going crazy. Okay, let me go to the one. So this is the message that I sent, and I would love to hear very short from Diana, Amina, and Vera, why you guys decided to jump on this call and what were your thoughts when you saw the message, because I think this probably would give our leaders the permission to also ask for help. Would you say that it's hard for leaders to ask for help sometimes, or a lot of times, or most of the times? So this is actually what I did. I said, hey family, I'd like to make a rare invitation to jump on a live with me, which will be streamed to my YouTube channel and our Janelle group at 12:30 Pacific time, which is our, I think it was 9:30 our Berlin time, European time. So I took some time off and went deep into my prayer closet. Be still and know that I'm God. That's from the Bible verse. These insights are raw and still new to me, but I know I have to be obedient to my calling. As you trust me to be your leader, I have the responsibility to share with you guys, as these important decisions will affect my work in the community. I've been procrastinating in the last 24 hours to do this live because it puts me in a situation where I feel vulnerable and weak. But this has to be done as we are approaching our challenge soon, which comes actually starting this Sunday on the 10th of October. So therefore, I'm reaching out to you guys, my beautiful transformational leaders and coaches, to hold the space for me today and listen. I don't need you to perform, to coach me or be coached, but just holding a sacred space for me to unwind so I don't self-sabotage. I'm not here to teach, but just sharing thoughts from my heart and soul. I don't need a lot of people, just one or two of my trusted leaders to be with me, to pray over me and hold the space, and with gratitude, Lucy. So there we go. These are the three amazing leaders. Just jump on board and say, I'm here for you. So just let's start with this, is leaders, what were your thoughts? Why did you jump on when you saw the message?
Yeah, Lucy, well, for me, you're all the time there for us. You give everything to us. And it was, when you reach out, I just wanted to be there for you. It was a very clear message that you asked. You formulated very clearly, I need your support. Who wants to help? And that was like a no-brainer. Of course I want to be there and hold that space for you. And I think we all did, because you reached out. And then that's very powerful as a leader to do that. And I think we have it all in us. We want to be there for somebody else, but also knowing that you are always there for us. You give everything. So this is a very small thing that we can pay back for you, to holding that space, because we're in this together. We are walking alongside. We are your wings.
Thank you, Amina. Yeah. Anybody else wanted to share before we continue? Yes, Diana?
Of course. First of all, I want to thank you, because I appreciate so much that you asked me to do this, or us to do this, because my heart has been filled with your love and tough love for seeing me to have a success. And to be able to give back now is something that is very close to me, that not just to take and receive, but also to give back. So I thank you so much for asking for our help or my help. And so I was able to give back just for once. I appreciate that so much, because all you have given to me, I cannot even explain with words, because it's so, I'm so grateful for it, really. And it has taken me a light years of jumping over light years of how I could even try to find my way to go through this by myself. So thank you for giving me the chance to give back.
Thank you. So I'm sharing this here, and I'm asking, my leaders to share how they felt when they see the request. And because I think as leaders, and then let me know if you guys, the reason why I invited these leaders to be on board to have this conversation is because I think we rarely have those conversations as leaders. You as a leader, you probably are leading your tribe pretty much like being the positive one, where it's like, right, I'm holding the flag for everybody, I'm cheering for everybody, go, go, go. And then when you are burned out and you're like, who is here for me? You look at your phone book, you're like, okay, these are all my students. I shouldn't ask for their help. Therefore, I just think that it's so important. I had this conversation with them because, as I said, the visibility challenge, it is not just a Facebook Live challenge. It is a safe space for leaders and movers to emerge. Because you guys are not just going through a challenge and say, hey, check. Yes, I've done 12 lives. No, you are using the space to launch yourself, to have the courage to launch yourself, to reach out to your audience, people who you're meant to lead and serve. That is the reason why. Therefore, I am now preparing you of what's also could come, is that I'm showing you what is the next step, is that maybe there are days where when you put yourself out there, listen, it is safer to hide. Okay, definitely. It is safer to hide. Seriously. Because when you're in the dark, nobody sees you, right? You're like, okay, no expectation, no nothing. I'll do my thing, launch a course. I didn't say I'm going to launch a course, so I'll take maybe 3 years. But all of a sudden, you're in a 12-day challenge. You're like, shit, I have to offer my service on day 11. Now, when you are being held accountable, you are a leader now. You are a leader of yourself. Therefore, you will be facing consequences that come that you don't even expect. Right, Vera? Is that right? That you didn't even expect that. You're like just thinking, I'm just doing Facebook Live. No, you're not just doing Facebook Live, because what also comes is now I really put myself out there. Who am I leading? Now I'm really putting myself out there. The responsibility of my tribe now is on me. People now expect me to perform. And therefore, it's so important that as we're building a culture of safety to share, we're also building a safety net for leaders to connect with other leaders and to ask for help. That's why in the beginning, we're doing this, and I wanted to do this announcement with my tribe. So now comes to the announcement. I told my leaders here, I said, once I go on live, I'm in the leader mode, I'm in a structure mode, I got to get us somewhere. Okay. So I'm not just going to go in tangents, but I'm driving somewhere. So I wanted to share some important announcement that comes, because these announcements will affect the direction of our community and what you will be able to enjoy as a student in the next 3 months at least. So first of all, the first announcement is this Saturday, I'm going to make an adjustment, and it's an executive decision, is that I've decided that for this Saturday, we're going to just be meeting with all of us, the challengers, but we're going to be moving the community get together to 2 weeks later. Okay, so it is just for the challengers. And the reason, I know, guys, we have already sent out banners to you guys, right? So how many of you are in the Visibility Challenge? You have already received email from Waikiki Did you guys see the banners that we spent? These are hours of work to put 30 pictures in those small box. You know, we could have just make a banner of me and then some kind of words, but we make a banner of every challenger on the next level visibility to be on the banner, because it's about us rising together. And so we're so proud. We're like, let's get all the people in the community. So if you guys are watching, you're in the community, this Saturday was supposed to be a community get together. You know, for those of you who've been watching on the sideline, maybe, you know, Vera, for you before the challenge, it was like that, right? You're just like, watch, maybe you catch some live, but you didn't comment. Maybe you're just watching. You're like, let's just see what's going on. But you're kind of like still in the dark, right? But once you dive in, now you allow yourself to be seen. So for those of you who are watching, maybe you have been watching already on the sideline, and then you're thinking like, should I jump in? Should I not jump in? Because this Lucy Liu seems to mean business. If I really show up, she's gonna kick my butt, which is true, because that's why you're in this community, right? You're not in this community just to dabble. You're in this community because you want to make progress. Therefore, this Saturday, supposedly we're about to do a community get together. And the intention was also that we're going to make the community get together for you guys who are not in the challenge to have a chance to jump on the challenge in November, as well as to cheer on our October Visibility Challenge warriors. So why did I decide to put off in 2 weeks later is this. And please, guys, Diana, Amina, and Vera, you guys are in the challenge this time. Let me know if this thought process actually resonate with you. Is that I think last Saturday, we cover more about the mindset part, right? We talk about the heart as well, but we basically give you guys a roadmap. And you guys can catch this in the mastermind program as an opening training session. It's about 1 hour and 40 minutes. And you can also watch that for free on my profile or on my YouTube channel. But we talk about the mindset of the visibility challenge. What was it helpful for you guys? Like when after you go through that opening session, did it give you a better idea about why this visibility challenge actually worked? Was it helpful for you guys that you guys were on the live training? Was it? Yes. Yeah. So it was more about that mindset part, right? But I feel like a lot of the times it is about breaking through. It's not just a mindset thing. It's an experience thing. Meaning that, you know, Amina, you were with me at the Magnetic Speaker Academy, right? When we are doing those exercises, when we are doing the embodiment exercises, that when I ask you guys to be in the front, and when you speak and you see each speaker transform right in front of your eyes because of the exercises, it was something else, was it? Amina, you have to unmute yourself.
Yes, that was amazing, transformational. It's that, but you led us through that whole process. Like you said, it's an experience, but it's like a process. You really, the embodiment, it's starting to own, to grasp, it was, transformational. That was one of the most instant transformational things that I viewing it with others, but also going through the experience myself.
Yes.
You wouldn't have believed it if you wouldn't have been there
So this Saturday, I wanted to recreate part of that experience with you guys, with my Success Squad. Okay. So Diana, I know you've been dying to wanted to join my Magnetic Speaker Academy. It will be actually coming up a virtual one in November. Okay. So yes, gonna be virtual, gonna be doing live, okay, next year. But I wanted to lead you guys to some, I'm gonna do some live speaker coaching with my Success Squad. Okay. So people who not just pay an upgrade fee, but who actually went through an application process to be in my Success Squad, that they are going to be the leaders at the forefront, that I'm going to go through this speaker coaching, because you know, there are so many lives right now, right? Is that right, Vera? Every day you see life. Somebody's going live, somebody's going live, somebody's going live. Okay, and then you're like, so many lives. So who need another life? So we don't want to just you to be good at Facebook Live. We want you to become a magnetic speaker. How good would it feel when you know that when you hop on the camera, people are gonna be gluing to the screen to watch you? Would that be what you guys want? Isn't that what you really want, right? So I wanted to go through some exercises, not whole, because the Magnetic Speaker Academy is at least a 3-day workshop where we go really the foundation. So on Saturday, we only have about 2 hours or 2.5 hours. That's why I don't want it to do a community get together, because I want to focus on this time to help you guys who are in the visibility challenge. And by the way, this is a bonus, okay? So for those of you who are thinking that you're joining in November, sorry, these are the perks for people who jump on the lounge, because we're gonna be recording this so we can put that into my mastermind program portal that all people can benefit. But I'm just not gonna be doing this over and over again. I'm gonna do it once, okay? So you guys, if you are in the October Visibility Challenge, this is a treat for you. This is not what you pay for. This is what I give to you, okay, for free. So you guys can
wait! Do you really mean that?
I'm no, not the Magnetic Speaker Academy, not the Magnetic Speaker Academy. I'm talking about Saturday. I'm talking about this Saturday. Yes, that I am not, this is a bonus for you guys, okay? Yeah. So that's why I am not, I don't want it to be diluted. You know, I don't want to be welcoming new people and then we have to do this thing, right? So guys, do you feel like this is actually going to be more helpful for you as the challengers? Is that going to be helpful for you? Yes. Yeah. So please tag your team. Okay. Make sure that we get as many people on the Saturday so you guys can really watch what is the difference. Okay. I want you guys to go from, there's a triangle. I'm going to talk about this Saturday, but I'm sharing this now with you. How many of you would like to become the world top 2% speakers, or top 1 or top 0.1% speakers? Let me share with you, just as there is a Maslow pyramid, there's also a speaker pyramid, okay? So Amina knows about this, right? Is that there are 4 levels of speakers, 4 levels of speakers. And the first level is what I call the informational speakers, right? How many of you have been to workshops or college lectures that the professor just talk about the lecture about economy and then just like mana, and then it was all about the information, right? And you're listening to it, but somehow it fly over you. Ever happened with you? Then a lot of people are there. But then the next level is called the inspirational speakers. They don't just inform you, but they inspire you. They don't just connect with you on a mental level, but they connect with you on an emotional level, right? Inspirational speakers. Now, there is a third level, is the transformational speakers. Meaning that speakers that when they speak, they get to transform you. But what I want you guys to be is the top of the top. And you know what that is? Is what I called the transmissional speaker. These speakers, they have the ability to transmit consciousness that just in their presence, people are transformed. And all of us, we have that because God has given us a purpose. God has given us a DNA inside of us that's ours to own. The problem is why most people are not transmissional speaker is they are so busy being informational. They're so busy being inspirational. They're so busy, living up to other people's expectations of how they should talk, how they should be, that they forget who they truly are. So That's why, having a safe space is so important, because this is when a safe space will allow you to come out as who you are. So this is what we're going to do on Saturday. Okay. This is a treat for you. A treat. This is really a treat. Amina, please tell everybody, how much did you pay for the Magnetic Speaker Academy?
I think it was 3,000. Was it 3,000, 3,500 euros?
Mm-hmm.
And hotel and everything in Cologne, yeah.
This is real money. I'm not joking you. When I say value, I'm not making up some shit about numbers. This is a 3,000 euro thing. But, distill into, okay, 2.5 hours. I'm going to be working on my Success Squad. They are going to be, so guys, if you're in my Success Squad, tag your Success Squad members. Mamina, tag Shannon, tag Maria, Diana. I know you're with Patricia. Make sure you guys really show up. I'm going to show you the difference of how you can take it to the next level. Are you excited, Vera, already? You have to unmute yourself.
I lost my computer, so excited. Yeah, awesome. Wow. I look so forward to it.
And we are going to be live streaming this. So for those of you who cannot be on the Zoom live, and the reason why I cannot let you guys on the Zoom live is because I want to honor people who actually invest. They have invested their time, their money. I want to honor their time and money. But we're going to be live streaming this so you guys can still take advantage of this on my YouTube channel before I take it down, because then I'm going to move everything into my paid mastermind program. So take advantage of that while you still can. Now, the second announcement that I wanted to make is I was on Dean's live training yesterday. Was talk about time management. And a lot of you comment on my photo. You're like, yes, we need more of that. So basically, it's nothing that you haven't heard before, right? Write down what has sucked your time, write down what is important, schedule what is important. So I wanted to share with you how my schedule would look like in the next 3 months, because I'm going to be sticking into the schedule. I'm not going to be accommodating everyone. I cannot serve everyone. If you want to follow me, these are the time slot I will be available for you. Other than those times, I'm sorry, I can't. I needed to take breaks. I cannot work 24/7. So I have made those actually October, November, and December. Do you guys already see all the blocks? These are all the days that I'm working, okay? That these are events that are happening. So starting with October, you guys can see we have already done the second one, right? Like last weekend, we have already done the opening training. This Saturday, we're gonna be doing the speaker coaching. We're gonna record this. Then we start the visibility challenge. So as you can see, I have my group live here with my Success Squad over here. We're taking a day off here because we want to make sure maybe there are some prizes to be win. People can win a spot at the 30-second pitch. So we need a day to process that. And then on the 23rd is our celebration. And that will be the only community get together in October. So if you guys want to jump in a community get together, the 23rd, mark your calendar, because this is also the day we're going to be having what do we call the debut of the Underdog Millionaire series, where the world leading transformational leaders, rising transformational leaders come and pitch their life-changing $1 million ideas. So this is the place where I'm going to be having people, you've gone through your 12 days, right? We want you to distill your message in that 30 seconds where we can present that to the world, and you are guaranteed to succeed because you have seen our lives, right? You've seen how we do it. You're not going to fail. You're going to be held. You're going to be cheered on. You're going to be celebrated. You're going to have your exposure. You're going to have your visibility guaranteed. So make sure you work hard to win those spots and then come. And then also on that day, just to give you guys a heads up, we are going to give you an early bird prize for the November challenge. So we are actually doing a promo that November will be the last visibility challenge of the whole year. We're not going to do December because I have other plans for December. So if you want your friends, if you wanted to jump in the visibility challenge, November will be your last chance. And we are going to be doing this for 50% off, meaning that you can do the math. My math is bad. So it's going to be a 149 euro program, but 50% off is how much? I don't know. What is 50% off? I don't know. My math is bad. You do the math. Okay.
74 and a half.
What? 75? Is that 75?
70, yeah, 74 and a half.
Okay. So 74 and a half. That means on this day, if you show up live, you're going to get it for 67 euro. Okay, so if you show up live, that is the special for the Zoom lifers. I'm putting it out there because you guys can already start to prepare if you wanted to get in and you want to get it, you want to get that price. So everything is clear, everything is transparent over here. Now, in November, I will actually be launching the Visibility Challenge, the last one, but I will also be launching the Virtual Magnetic Speaker Academy. So for those of you who wanted to refine your message, who wanted to really hone in, how do you become a world-class speaker, a magnetic speaker? How to increase your magnetism, your presence? Then this is the place to be. So Amina, I would just love to give you maybe a minute to share with everybody why you think people should, or like this, I don't want you to sell. Just share your experience. How did you transform so people have an idea? Wow, just drink some water. Thank you.
Oh my God, there's so many elements. It was, well, first of all, standing in front of an audience, but then the tonation, the how to speak until the end of the room, how to bring in your presence, how to be more comfortable standing in your power, how to center yourself before you go in front of an audience. But it was really also it's about facing your looking your limiting beliefs about yourself, your self-image, and how and what you're saying, the embodiment exercise, it's like breaking out of your shells and taking a presence in alignment with who you are. So we work on the purpose, we work on what is it you want to bring, but really getting connected to that message. And then, well, first of all, there were also the Facebook lives, getting comfortable being visible. That for me was the first time I went on the lives, which was like overcoming that fear, which we are going through now as well through this challenge, but it was a part of it.
Yeah, I think the most
very rich. Also the connection with the soul, with your purpose. I just it's so much. I can't even tell everything that's in there. But it was such a deep dive. Such a you gave us so much and more. And were long days, but it was energizing. You brought so much energy into that room, but you helped. It was like this transformational process. It's like I don't know what to say else. It was amazing.
Yes. Imagine how to be a magnetic speaker that you can give training for 12 hours a day. I was literally 12 hours a day. One woman. Like, think about how is it hard to hold somebody's attention for a minute? Nowadays, it's already hard. What about an hour? Now, what about 12 hours? Think about this. So if I can just give you a tenth of what what I know, I think that would help you guys go a long way, right? And so, because nowadays, you know what is the most precious thing? It's not your content, it's your presence. Because whatever you teach, probably you can find it online everywhere about the content. But your presence is your signature, is your true signature, right? So a lot of people that they don't allow their presence to show up, or they don't even feel like they have a presence, is because they have done so many things unconsciously to silence themselves, to make themselves invisible in order to stay safe. In order to stay safe. But then in that safety, they feel forgotten and unseen and unloved. Therefore, you know, the Magnetic Speaker Academy is more than just a speaker training. It is a transformational experience that will change the rest of your life. And well, I'm going to put a cap on this, okay? Once the registration open, I'm only taking on maybe 20, 25 max, because this is the first virtual experience. I only will take on as many people as I can handle, not as many people as I can sell to, okay? So as many people as I can deliver quality to. Beyond that, I don't, that's just no. So if you are thinking about this, then November, mark your calendar, 26, 27, 28. That's November. And then December, okay, is the exciting month because we're at the end of the year. So this will be the thing. We don't have a visibility challenge because we're going to have a spotlight series. A spotlight series would be for my students who have gone through the visibility challenge, who have already gone through the Magnetic Speaker Academy. Then you are qualified to apply for the spotlight series, because the spotlight series will probably going to be 4 days, 12 speakers, each day 3 speakers. Yeah. So the spotlight series will be the series where you get to teach, but also you get to record that part where, you know, by the end of the year, you can spread that out. You can share with your friends, you know, you can capture your leads, you can be a thought leader. Like, do you guys see that, how the whole process, how it's designed? Like this 3 months has helped you to build that momentum. Because here's the thing, the reason why I'm actually saying this and putting it out all on schedule is because I find that a lot of you guys want to be successful, but you're thinking about, I will be successful in 2022. I'm going to start 2022 with a bang. 2022 is going to be an amazing year. And when do you start preparing for 2022? 2022? January? Maybe? Now. It should be now. What is your plan? How do you prepare to have a bang in 2022? What is your roadmap? How do you strategically think about this? Anybody can answer that question? And if you cannot answer, you should be able to answer it, because times are ticking. Days are passing by. You know, when you are not consciously using your time, this is the golden time of the year. Okay, Q4 of every year is the golden time. It's a golden time to prime yourself for the next year. It's a golden time for you to sell. It's a golden time for you to connect, because this is the holiday season, isn't it? People are ready to jump, and you guys are the leaders. Okay, so this is the announcement. Yes, I'm sorry, guys. Last thing, I did not actually say, after the spotlight series, I'm actually going to be doing one last training of the year. It's going to called the Magnetic Sales Bootcamp. It is for people who are scared of sales. We're going to do a bootcamp where I'm going to guarantee you sales, because we're going to put you in a team of 3 people, and you each are going to buy each other's program. We're going to set a price to it. So you are going to be seeing at work. I want you guys to transform your energy and your beliefs about money and about business before the end of the year. to see that money as exchange, money as a currency to uplift and empower. That means you don't lose any penny, but you gain 2 sales. How cool is that? With a team of 3 people. So that is the Magnetic Sales Bootcamp. Also, if you guys are interested in that. So already hashtag, yes, interested, because we are going to be doing an info session. I'm just going to run through this quick, but I'm going to be a responsible seller. Okay. I'm not just going to be like waving some things and then, hey, bye. I'm going to have a proper info session for those of you who are interested. That hashtag yes in the real chat, not in the Zoom chat, but in the Facebook chat, please. In the Facebook chat, because YK will reach out to you guys. And then we're probably going to do an info session. We're going to do a pre-sale first. So if the spots are taken already, then they are taken before we even officially launch that. So that is about the schedule. Now, the final announcement that I wanted to make is okay. So this is going to be the vulnerable side. This is going to be the vulnerable side. And I was sharing with Diana, and I'm going to end this as the final point here. If you're watching this part, thank you. This is the part I was sharing with Diana and Amina and Vera. We're talking about vulnerability. And I was saying that, you know, I believe that there are at least 2 types of vulnerability. There are one type of vulnerability is you have already gone through it. Either you were bullied when you were young, that give you the courage to later stand up for other people who were bullied, but you have gone through that, right? Or another type of vulnerability is more tricky. It's even more vulnerable. It's a vulnerability that you're still going through right now. So some of you, right? Like earlier, Diana was talking about this transparency thing, right? It's like, I'm still going through it. Or Amina is talking about, you know, like this leadership thing that I'm still going through it. The visibility thing, maybe for Vera, is I'm still going through it. I'm putting myself out there to be seen, but I'm still going through the fear of being seen, right? So this is the vulnerability that is the hardest. Some of you, maybe you're still in a job and you want to be an entrepreneur, and that make you really vulnerable because you feel like, how dare I to claim that I'm a mission-driven entrepreneur if I'm not even an entrepreneur, if I'm an employee? Or how can I be a heart-centered leader if I'm actually not a leader yet? I have no tribe, right? That this is the vulnerability that we are going through, and it's the hardest thing because there is the shame, right? There is the shame of, there is a gap between who we wanted to be, who we wish we would be, and versus who we think we are currently. And then so I'm sharing this with you vulnerably is that in 2019, I stopped my business for a whole year, making 0 income. I was become a full-time caregiver to my mom. Luckily, I was very grateful that in 2019, I made some money, I saved and all that. But still, you know, every month there is expenses coming in. During that downtime, I made a prayer and I said to God, I said to the Lord, I said, Lord, if I were to come back to business again, and it is only due to your grace, because I don't know how many people can be off for a whole year and still come back and be successful. And how long would it take, right? Like Amina and Diana, you know, in the coaching industry, there are so many coaches, like if you're gone for 3 months, people already forget about you, not to even mention a whole year gone. Whole year, I did not post anything. So when I came back, I was feeling so much fear. I gained weight. I came back to a toxic environment. I was I was lost. I lost my identity as a leader, as an entrepreneur, because I was a whole year just taking care of moms, in the beginning, changing diapers or cooking, and then just, and some of you ladies, your caregiver as well, taking care of your, right? Like you're a mom, right? That you care. And then so when I come back, I have to refine myself again. But I said to the Lord, is that, Lord, if you would allow me to come back, first of all, I will recognize it's your grace. It is not me, but it's your grace. And second is, I remember during that 1 year downtime, I was reading the Proverbs with Waiki. And we were just like, every day, we were reading the Bible, not doing business, but we were diving into each proverb. And I said to her, I said, Waiki, when we come back again to business, we're going to be building our business on solid ground. And there was one verse that stood out to me the most, that it changed everything. That verse is, when pride comes, so will shame come. When pride comes, then comes shame. Meaning, if we are too proud of what we accomplished, look at me, look at my car, look at my sales number, look at my conversion, look at my community, look at how big this and that. There's also the shame. For example, I may have a great program, 30 reviews and everything, but I was working 16 hours a day that I cannot maintain right now. That means I cannot sustain that result. So should I feel shame now? No, I'm not going to feel shame, because I have no pride in what I do. It's only through the grace of God that I'm able to do that. Therefore, I need to stay obedient to the calling, not to the expectation of men. Therefore, guys, I want you to know I love each and every one of you, but I will be changing my paces. I will not be as available. I will not be on things all the time. I will not be taking on so many students. Maybe I will take my pace. I don't have the desire to become a millionaire next year, or like a 7th year launch. I wanted to do a step-by-step solid. I only want to work with clients who appreciate me, who will show up for me, just like these 3 people when I need them. I can also decide the quality of my life, who I want to work with. Even though I love you, but I will set boundaries and will draw lines. Therefore, if I'm not as available, just know that I kindly say I'm sorry, but I need to set boundaries and lines. And I will not be doing free services all the time anymore. So when I do offer things for free, jump on them, but don't expect that it's going to be free all the time. Because I'm now preparing this in the next year. My whole aim in 2022, I will be focusing on building out multiple channels, my podcast, my YouTube channel, because what I wanted to do is to create channels to carry my best students, for them to do marketing for them. Because I find this is the best place that I can be of service, is to help my student to shine, to help my leaders to get more clients, to get more leads, to get more exposure, so they can do their transformation, that they don't have to stress out about marketing. Therefore, I will be focusing on building out those events. And so that would be that. With that being said, I'm just so grateful that you're here. Before I do end this live, I would like to invite, you guys have been so gracious being on this call. Would you guys like to share this is a round table. What is your biggest aha? Any insights you wanted to share about today? Any words you wanted to part with our Janelle family? The stage is yours.
If you will allow me, I will share a story I have with you. And I was a victim of myself once, and I cured that by going on stage, knowing that I was going to have a panic attack. And I did get a panic attack, but I did get the chance to tell my story. But I did get blind during speaking. Very shortly after, I meet Lucy, and she invited me to a paid workshop for one day, and she gave her best. She really, really did give her best. And I was so much in fear still. I knew that I had the possibility to go blind, but she's created this space for me to speak in front of the others who was also participating. And I didn't go blind, but it was so painful physically because the fear was still in my body. But it led to that I, around 5 months after, with the teachings about controlling myself and getting the confidence implemented in my body and in my brain, was able to go on stage in front of 1,800 people in the US in a foreign language, English, as you can hear me speaking now, and really rocking the stage, having an applause from people, and so many people were so grateful to come up with me because I delivered a service for them, having the feeling of confidence and feeling blessed by Lucy. Thank you.
Diana, I think what actually touched me, and I would just love to give you a little extra time, because I think what touched me, what a follow-up story was actually when you told about legacy, of how you change the legacy you give it to your daughter, that how when you were only your voice, I'm going to let you tell that story because you tell it better than I do. Yeah.
So why did I want to go on stage in the first place when I knew that I was going to have a panic attack? I was having social fears, a diagnosis which hold me back very, very much. And I saw that being transferred to my daughter. And even that I had worked my whole life that my fears should not be my daughter's fears. And I told her, be confident, be all this. I was still programmed to be full of fear of other people. And my daughter, she jumped right into that pattern. I usually say that I wanted her to jump on the path to making her dreams come true, but she jumped right into my footsteps. And I got a call from her teacher saying that she was hiding on the tables, that she was acting out and she was not participating. And at that moment, I just knew that it was fear holding her back. So that day when I went on stage, it was not only for myself, it was also to break the pattern of fear of other people. And when your daughter or your children is in that equation, you will do anything, even go knowing you're going to have a panic attack and jump on when you jump on stage. But it will be so important to you that, yeah, I got blind, but the vision that I needed to yeah, I know I get emotional. I'm so sorry because it's such a powerful story for me. And it has been such an important step for me in my life. I always say that even though that I got blind, my vision still remained.
Yeah, I specifically asked Diana to share this because I know in our group, Vera is also a mom, that we have a lot of moms. Shannon is a mom, Laura is a mom, Robin is a mom, right? That we have so many moms here. And that you guys, I'm not a mom, but I see my sister, I see how being a mom changed her. Because when she become a mom, her children becomes her priority. You know, that's the most amazing thing that God created mothers to be the protector of a society, because you guys are the most amazing caregivers, is the heart of a mother. And therefore, I know a lot of you guys, you may be scared of being seen, but do this for your children. So your children will not be afraid to be seen, that they can feel safe in a society that is not safe, because they make it safe for themselves. because you make it safe for them by you showing up. So
Please, I forgot to round this up because it's actually a part of the story. Today, my daughter, she raises her hand in school, and she's a creator of a circus every year in school where she takes the stage herself. And today, when my daughter, she comes and says to me, "Mom, I want to be like you," I know deep in my heart that she will be all right, because she's now on the path to making her dreams come true. Thank you.
we love that. Yeah, love that. So is anybody wanted to share something? No pressure, okay? But we just want to make sure that you guys have the floor. Amina or Vera, before we end.
I would just like to say, I just got a picture in my head, like, you know, a lake that has no entrance by other waters, it rottens. And when you have a river going into the sea, or you have small rivers, there is life stream every, like, there is so much life in it. So we don't, I have been so afraid going live, or fear has gotten a hold on me, but it's not about me. And we all have so much to give, and we have to understand that that is also a live stream for other. This is life. We are not to hold our gifts for ourselves, because that will die. You know, you will die, and the gifts will be I don't know, held down, and other people that would have been that could have had enjoyed your gifts, they can't enjoy it if you just hold it by yourself. And you can be that person for the other person that help them come alive or break through. Like, so we have to give our gifts. That is our personality, but also what God has given us, and who we are and what we have experienced in our lives. So I just say that to go on this challenge, for example, that is something every person in the world should do, because we should not be in our basement or whatever, like, I have so much fear and I want to shut the world out because I'm afraid of everything. Like, fear is a lie. It has to die, I just say.
Yeah, and Vera, if I were to do a coaching for you on Saturday, which I can because I'm dedicated to my success squad, but if I were to do that, then I would ask the group, and I would ask them and say, how many of you, when you, because I'm watching Vera's energy, how many of you would feel that you can see Vera's spirit actually leap out as she was speaking, that you can feel that is what, and then I would ask you, Vera, is that true? You can feel like that there was a moment that when there's courage that comes and you're like, that's it, done.
Yeah.
And that is what I mean by being a transmissional speaker, is that you got to be very aligned, right? Like your energy, how to work that. And then so when you're intentionally channeling your energy, because we're all energetic beings, we don't just emit words. We don't just communicate with words. In fact, we communicate with energies. How many of you are actually drawn to my energy? Like when it's even before I speak or something, but it was the energy that maybe you're drawn to. So, right, that there we go, right? You can feel it, Diana's energy, Amina's. So great job, Vera. So proud of you.
Thank
Yes.
you.
So Amina, I guess you're our ending star.
Yeah, I don't have so much to add. I found it so beautiful what Diana was sharing. It was powerful. It was beautiful. It really touched me. And what Vera was saying, it was also, it's you spoke from your heart, but it was so to the point. And I'm very grateful for this community. And what maybe the thing that I want to add is, we don't see our own potential, but it's by being in this community, Lucy, we see the star in each of us, and others may help us, that we see our own, that we see what we can contribute, what we have that adds value, but that this community that resonates, that shows that you resonate with what you're saying. That's what's priceless. That's something that for me has been a bit missing, because that's where I struggle a little bit. And yeah, this is really unique what you have been creating, Lucy. And I don't want to go on because but thank you. I'm so grateful for you, for the value that you bring, for your authenticity, for the way that you lead, what you were mentioning, transparency, and it's allowing, giving us that space as well to give ourselves grace, to give ourselves permission, to taking the small steps, to not being too hard on ourselves, and taking and yeah. Oh my God, I'm just blabbling now, but thank you for being here.
I would like to check in. I don't know how is it for you people who are watching, but I just wanted to check in with the people who are now in the Zoom. How do you feel about your energy level? Do you feel more connected, like to each other and to our center? And I just find that this is actually the download that I got in the meditation, and this is a very important reason why you see me pushing it so hard, like, I'm doing things. I think Vera actually messaged me and she said, "You're like a superwoman. I can barely keep up with you." I was thinking, how does this woman do everything? Well, let me share with you. I feel like there is a divine urge. I really feel, I don't know what that is, but I feel in my gut that something major will shift and happen in 2022. I really feel like the world is going through such a major shift with the vaccine, with the law, with the strictness, that how we are systematically now being put in society in isolation. And isolation drives people crazy. We are tribal animals. Our power lies in unity, not in separation and division. But now we're more divided than ever, with religion, with whatever, with mask, no mask is like, oh, you don't wear a mask, oh, don't come near me, like we started to see, the most dangerous thing is we started to see our fellow human beings as enemy. Because when we see each other as enemy, that's when we will have no problem killing the other people in order to protect ourselves. Because we can now separate and say, you are the enemy, right? Like China is the enemy, US the enemy, this is the enemy. And I really feel that if the world is constructed in the way systematically to push people into isolation is an energy. It is what gets you in the fear mode. Don't you think that we need to be coming closer together to actually bring a different energy, if everything is energy, that's why you guys are drawn to me, because the more fearful you are in a society, the more you want to have community and connection. And therefore, you guys are leaders. You guys in the visibility challenge, I'm treating you as the leaders, because eventually the goal, the vision of the visibility challenge, as you guys can already see me doing it, I'm not just saying it, I'm implementing it, is I'm putting leaders. Amina is with Shannon, with Maria. Maria was, like newly come, right? But you guys are already the leader. I'm letting the leaders leading people, so you guys are gonna be the leaders leading people in 2022, people who come into the visibility challenge. Some people may think that I'm stupid. I'm giving out away leads. You guys don't pay me extra for this. This is leads. I'm putting you in a room with people that you can lead. I'm giving you leads. But if my vision is for all of us to go to a higher place, to China, I cannot afford to be stingy. I have to treat you as people who I'm gonna collaborate 10 years down the road. And that's my belief. Therefore, I end this to say to you guys who are watching this far, is you guys are special. There is a reason why you guys are the first beta or launch, whatever members to be in this visibility challenge. The door has already closed. This is a container of 30 people. You guys are the first 30 people. And we are looking forward to you rising. No matter who you think you are right now, I don't care. But God has called you to be a leader, because that's who you are. And that's what we believe you are. And with that being said, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on Saturday. Bye.